Go vote and make sure you vote yes on ballot questions 1 and 2. Do you know what that is? That's ban Zuckerbucks. Ban Zuckerbucks. They put up money. They come out with these ballot boxes. One guy gets 3,000 votes in a good area for us, and the other one gets 0. You know who gets 0? Me. You think that's a real deal? No.
Trump tells Wisconsin voters to ban Zuckerbucks, and in mere hours, they did just that. Overwhelmingly, we're going to see the latest on the colossal defeat for Democrat dark money in one of the key swing states for 2024. And then...
I'm Katie Rosenberg, and I'm the mayor of Wausau, Wisconsin.
Another Democrat goes down in flames in a shocking GOP seat flip. You're going to absolutely love this. Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron professor, here to help you stay sane during these insane times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button, and let's dive right in. We had a number of primaries yesterday throughout the country in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, but as it turns out, the real action happened in the key swing state of Wisconsin, where voters came out en masse to overwhelmingly approve a constitutional amendment banning private money in elections, such as what we affectionately dub as Zuckerbucks. As many of you know, one of the key ways in which big tech oligarchs deliberately manipulated the outcome of the 2020 election against President Trump was through the efforts of Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. He spent more than $400 million. Let that hit you. He spent nearly $500 million on election administration grants that were given disproportionately to thousands of local election offices in left-leaning counties in order to deliberately boost Democrat turnout in 2020. And this made a huge difference in key swing states like Wisconsin and their use of a completely unconstitutional ballot harvesting initiative, where even their Supreme Court ended up having to intervene. This was back in 2022, so unfortunately it was 2 years after the fact, but Wisconsin Supreme Court did in fact end up ruling hundreds of thousands of votes cast by way of drop boxes in 2020 were indeed constitutionally invalid, and in their words, quote, polluted the 2020 election. And of course, this is after Zuckerberg admitted that in addition to his Zuckerbucks efforts, he had been working with the FBI to actively censor news that was damaging to Biden in the lead up to November 2020. So in light of that travesty, I'm ecstatic to announce that the voters of Wisconsin have further bolstered the integrity of their elections by banning Zuckerbucks. Private monies will no longer be allowed to be used in Wisconsin elections. Now, make no mistake, this is huge because in light of the recent Wisconsin Supreme Court decision that banned ballot harvesting, that means that the two fundamental strategies that were used to sway the election in 2020 to Biden's favor have been eliminated for 2024. Again, let that hit you. When it comes to the key swing state of Wisconsin, the two fundamental ways in which the 2020 election was manipulated, ballot harvesting and Zuckerbucks, have been officially eliminated. That's absolutely huge. And to make it even sweeter, Wisconsin voters voted overwhelmingly for another Republican amendment to their state constitution that requires that elections can only be administered by actual election officials. So this is already state law in Wisconsin, but making it part of their constitution ensures against any shenanigans that Democrats may want to try to pull off in the future. So some huge victories for election integrity in the key swing state of Wisconsin. Obviously, voters there do not believe that the 2020 election was the single most pristine election ever held in the history of humanity, as the legacy media so desperately has tried to convince us of. And given the legacy media's blatant lying duplicity in all of this, I'm so excited about news resources like that of today's sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is an app and website that takes the chore of digging through multiple sources on a topic, and it does it for you so you can compare coverage. It's so neat because they provide additional context on each publication, like where on the political spectrum they skew or how credible their reporting is, and even who funds the source. Check it out. Take, for example, this article on a non-citizen being appointed to San Francisco's election commission. When I use Ground News, I can see that exactly 21 articles have covered this story. Interestingly, you'll note the left-wing media completely ignored it. 100% of the sources are right-leaning. So you can actually see for yourself if an event doesn't fit their narrative, the left-wing media will completely ignore it. That's one of Ground News's best features. They reveal the blind spots so you can share that with your friends who have yet to get red-pilled. I love this resource, and you will too. There's never been a more important time to be aware of the extreme bias in our media outlets. Click on that link below or go to ground.news/Dr. Steve to check it out. Head over right now to subscribe through my link for as little as $5 a month and get 30% off unlimited access to the Vantage subscription. When you subscribe, you're not only supporting me, you also be supporting an independent platform trying to make the news more transparent. Click on that link below right now.
Hello, I'm Katie Rosenberg, and I'm the mayor of Wausau, Wisconsin. I think the number one job of our cities is to make sure that we are exuding that welcoming behavior that we would like to see. So my goal here is to be as welcoming as possible. And one of the things we did when we started accepting new refugees, we realized, oh my gosh, we don't really have a lot of Dari speakers or Pashto speakers or whatever other language. So we got access to a quick language app. So if anybody in the city encounters somebody that they need to talk to, we're able to call up a translator immediately, show the phone, and have a good conversation back and forth. So that's one way that we are able to quickly make sure that everyone understands what we're doing.
That, my friends, is the now former mayor of the city of Wausau, Wisconsin. She was crushed by Republican Doug Dinney in a district that voted for Biden by 8 points. It was a huge upset where the GOP has once again flipped yet another mayoral seat. Just a few weeks back in the increasingly deep red Florida, the GOP flipped 3 mayoral seats in Green Acres, Delray Beach, and Juneau Beach. And in Clearwater, the GOP had a clean sweep. They flipped 2 city council seats and won the mayor's race there. And just a few weeks before that, the city of Charleston, South Carolina, elected their first Republican mayor in over a century. So it does appear that the Democrats' anarcho-tyranny, their policies of defunding the police and lawlessness and the like, are coming back to bite them hard. And to make matters even worse, Biden's vote in Wisconsin was hollowed out by the so-called uninstructed vote. Now, this is a vote among Democrat primary voters akin to the uncommitted vote in Michigan, right? So these are Democrats, primarily Arab American or Muslim Democrats, who are rendering a protest vote against Biden. 40,000 of them, you heard that right, 40,000 voted uninstructed yesterday in Wisconsin's primary. Now, why is that significant? That's significant because that 40,000 protest vote is double what Biden, quote, won by back in 2020. Biden, quote, beat Trump in Wisconsin by just 20,000 votes. Remember, polls back then showed that Biden was supposed to win by 17 points. He ended up, quote, winning Wisconsin by only 20,000 votes. Because of this pro-Palestinian protest vote yesterday, Biden would now lose by 20,000 votes, all things being equal. That, along with the blue seat flip in red, are 2 huge red flags coming out of Wisconsin yesterday for the Democrats. And to make matters even worse, both Jill Stein and RFK Jr. are on the ballot in Wisconsin for 2024. Remember, Stein peeled off 31,000 votes from Hillary back in 2016, just over about 1% of the vote in Wisconsin. She's polling with comparable numbers now for 2024. But it's RFK Jr. who's really threatening to torpedo Biden. He's polling at about 7% support, which polls show disproportionately damages Biden over Trump. So a big day yesterday, and we're not through. We got even more amazing news for 2024, so make sure to check out my next video of the day coming in mere moments. Hey gang, if you always wanted to explore historical cities with a group of courageous patriots, well, now is your chance to embark on an exclusive adventure with me, Dr. Steve, and other patriots like you as we set sail on the Mediterranean. You're invited to join us this August on Royal Caribbean's luxury liner, the Voyager of the Seas. You'll get to spend time with me and other like-minded patriots during live onboard classes as we dive into topics like the rising parallel economy, the culture wars, and how you can share my optimism for a conservative renewal. We'll discover enchanting architecture, timeless artistry, and breathtaking experiences as we adventure through Spain, France, and Italy. Enjoy incredible dining experiences, enriching education, and once-in-a-lifetime attractions each day of our journey. It'll be a summer that you'll simply never, ever forget. Join me and your fellow patriots this August 5th to 12th for this unparalleled adventure. If you want more information and you want to take part in our last-minute pricing sale, my team is waiting to talk to you right now. There are only a handful of cabins left, so don't wait. Click on that link below or go to cruiseinfo.turleytalks.com to learn more. This is going to be an unforgettable trip, and I cannot wait to spend it with you. Click on that link below right now.